Hey guys, what's been happening? Welcome back to our new second generation. This one is gonna be against Bernardo. Now, I have a couple of things I want to mention. First of all, Bernardo is pretty new to the second generation. He is pretty new to the YouTube uploadings, so feel free to go check it out. And kind of give him a bit of a kick in the back and help him out a little bit. If you're into second generation, you cannot go wrong by checking his channel out, so feel free to do it. Anyways, let's get straight started, shall we? I have a couple of ideas involved sunny day and rain dance. I've never seen anybody using the actual weather in second generation. I was feeling like maybe I should try it, experimenting the whole thing, kind of get some experience going on, but still, let's see how good it is actually. But again, it's a testing team. It's definitely not the most balancing team in general, as you're gonna see as the game proceeds to keep on going. Anyways, he's got a berry, and I'm gonna try to put him to sleep. I was like, yes, I actually hit, but then he's got a berry, he's gonna spore, retaliate, and put me to sleep. The irony of me trying to put him to sleep, but then I'm the one being asleep the whole time. So Venusaur being asleep, taking his time to wake up, of course. I'm gonna switch out to my Slowbro. On my opponent's behalf, he made a mistake of trying to agility. This is way too early to get agility up. Sword Dance would have been a bit more, definitely a bit more scary because my team, again, is not the most balancing one. And Flareon would have been hitting my team pretty hard. If that was a +2, Shadow Ball may have actually taken me out after this. I see Flareon working quite well. Not too sure how much justice the name gives to that Pokemon in here, but in the fifth generation, I would have definitely agree because that thing is so unexpected. I barely ever faced one, so yeah, that kind of speaks on its own. Still, I'm gonna switch out to my Lord Zapped after paralyzing his Slowbro. He's gonna try to paralyze me back and exchange a paralyzation. Now, there is a 25% chance of getting that turn blocked by paralyzation, and that can always be beneficial. It's just gonna be something we have to deal with. In this case, he's gonna switch out to his Donphan. And I'm kind of expecting him to... I was kind of debating from Thunder to D-Bolt, but I should have seen this coming. I should have hidden Power Water. Then again, hidden Power Water would have been, I believe, like, it would have done around half, but that's about it. I'm gonna switch out to my Slowking as he actually proceeds to go for the Hidden Power Rock, predicting me to switch out to my Flying Pokemon. But I would have never go to my Flying Pokemon this early because I know that at full HP Donphan is gonna be taking my Fire move quite easily. I guess it would have done around 60, maybe a little bit more, but that's around that, nothing more. The stuff wouldn't have really been going well for my Moltres here, but he did roar me into Licky Tongue, and Licky Tongue is definitely the absolute worst Pokemon you can roar me into because I'm gonna fail to one-shot you, so I'm gonna need to switch out to my Moltres and proceed to go for the Hidden Power and take you out. Now, I'm running Hidden Power Ice because for some reason when I pick Hidden Power Water and Grass, my HP kind of goes down, so that's the reason my Venusaur isn't running max HP, because he's running Hidden Power Fire, and every time I put Pickass off and I pick Hidden Power Fire automatically, it takes down some of my HP. And I believe this Lord Zap is another case here. As you can see, I'm not running max HP because I'm running Hidden Power Water, and yeah, it's pretty much the same case. So it's like, you kind of need to exchange some stuff, you kind of need to sacrifice some of the HP for the greater good of your team, of your coverage in general. It's important. I'm gonna switch out to my own Venusaur after he switches out to his. Ampharos cannot really touch his Venusaur, that's for sure. At full HP there is nothing I can do. I'm gonna try to put him to sleep because how sleep mechanics works in this generation. After getting rid of 2 turns of sleep, you're gonna have easier time trying to wake up later on as you switch out, and that's exactly what happened as I do wake up and I do put him to sleep. So that's a big threat. With +2 Body Slam would have never took me out, so that's a really nice switch out. Straight to my Venusaur, trying to wake up and go for the Sleep Powder. Maybe he would have been special, who knows, but for now we both switch out in the same turn, I believe. I switch out to my Moltres, he switches out to his Flareon as he proceeds to switch out to his Slowbro, and I know for a fact this turn he's most likely on predicting me to switch out, and he did. That's why he decided to go for the Psychic over everything else. And Fire Blast did some damage. I know it's a sunny day, it may actually be a 2-hit. And I'm seeing this damage right here. This is impressive. This is extremely impressive damage. With the sunny day, Fire Blast is doing a lot. Yeah, this is one of those few cases where I would have definitely run Fire Blast over Flamethrower because of sunny day. I mean, I need all the power I can get in order to get those 2 shots. That crit on the next Fire Blast was definitely important, and it definitely did help me out in the long run. That Slowbro would have definitely survived it, and maybe even rest, who knows. Still, I'm gonna switch out to Piloswine. He's gonna make a good move here, predicting me to switch out because Fire Blast under Sun may have actually one-shot the Granbull just by seeing how much he did against the Slowbro, which does resist in general. So that was definitely a good move in his part. Pretty risky if I would have stayed in, predicting him to attack me. That was exactly the case there. I was kind of predicting him to attack me. As you can see here, return does a lot to Palaswine. In this case, he does get crit. I guess one crit for another, but to respect, me getting a crit on Slowbro was a bit more important than his crit on Palaswine, because I'm not seeing Palaswine really working for me. I do have the curse, trying to play a bit different from the Smoke, and I believe I checked this Palaswine and most of them tend to run Blizzard and no curse. I was like, let's try to use it, but I'm facing something that's way too powerful for Palaswine to be set up all that easily. Still, I'm gonna go to Venusaur. I'm like, okay, let's go for the Sunday. Kind of expecting him to switch out, but he actually goes for the rest, and I did not see that coming. I guess on the side note, he does have Heal Bell. It kind of makes sense, plenty of sense, and if I would have Sleep Powder, well, let's just say that it wouldn't have really mattered because he's got Sleep Talk, as you have seen. Right here, he's gonna get a Heal Bell, he's gonna wake up on the first turn, and now stuff aren't looking too good. Being that this is a testing team, and I'm gonna review something interesting. Every time I'm testing some stuff out, like not the most balancing, the most generic teams out there, I tend to get better matches. This is something that happens quite frequently with the Futuration. Sometimes I'm like, let's try this and that, and majority of times I'm like, let's try the most generic things like Roserade, Hitmontop, the most generic underused Pokemon you can get. And I feel like every game I play is like the same, but once you use those weird testing teams that do have like a little bit of coverage, but in this case, as you can see, I have absolutely nothing to take the normal, and that would have been something that would have never been the case if I would have been really playing generic, even in underuse. Kinda hard to say what in second generation underuse is really generic because I barely see anybody playing it. It's a team, it's a fun team to use, and I tend to get better matches when I'm using just teams out of the blue, but still with an actual coverage like physical and special split type coverage and so forth, but not the best coverage. He's gonna go for the return, doing a lot to me, and now I'm like, okay, with the Sunny Day up, I can go for the Solar Beam. Hopefully this should do a lot, or at least to where Granbull is not gonna be a threat as it was back before. But Granbull actually wake up as he actually sleep talk, and now he's gonna preserve his Granbull, knowing for a fact that he could easily save him for later on, just in case he's gonna try to rest off on something else on my team. Let's see, I have a couple of things paralyzed, so those things can be the perfect moment for Granbull to try to rest off. And now I'm kind of debating, Sunny Day is up, Fire Blast is an absolute monster of destruction coming towards anything on his team. It's gonna obliterate 2 ashes, everything in sight, and Granbull is gonna need to take the dust. In this case, unfortunately, his 3 remaining Pokemon against my 4 remaining Pokemon, aren't really saying much because he still has an upper hand. It may be hard to believe, but I have 2 Pokemon paralyzed. Venusaur is nearly gone, and I'm not too sure how I'm actually going to be handling that Flareon of his. I've lost a couple of really important Pokemon to take down the Flareon, such as my Slowking, so I'm not looking too well. He's going to go for the Agility, he's going to try to get +2 to his unexpected Flareon, and I believe I'm going to decide here to just go for the Fire Blast. I'm going to get full paralyzation. Sunny Day is up, I'm just going to decide to keep on going with it. He's gonna decide to go for the Shadow Ball and proceed to try to take me out, I guess on the on the side note, trying to predict my switch. Then again, I believe the return kinda hits everything neutrally on my side, like I've said before with that Granbull scene. But still, it's not like return would have one-shot me, so in all respect I would have still get that rest off, so it would have still been the same scenario as you guys have seen it right here. I'm gonna switch out to my Venusaur, and he's gonna switch out as well. I guess he was kinda expecting me to kinda try to stall him because return isn't doing much, and special defense it's not gonna be helping that Flareon because that Flareon is actually totally physical. I'm gonna switch out to my Lord Zap, predicting the Spore, but I guess it's something that he can easily do. Then again, if I would have been him, I would have most likely just baton pass trying to get the switch initiative, but in this case Lord Zap is actually a pretty powerful Pokemon. But on the side note, is his Venusaur still alive? Because if it is, I cannot really touch it. Yeah, that's a problem. So let's see if his Venusaur is still alive. Yes, his Venusaur is still alive and is actually at full HP. I do go for the T-Bolt. Unfortunately, I do get a crit on this turn. I would kinda like that crit to happen on the previous turn against this Smeargle, but it will do, Can't complain. Every crit can always work, but he's gonna go to +2 and stuff aren't looking too good. This Venusaur is in here getting ready to wreck my whole team complete. My team is kind of crippled as it is. Cannot get more crippled than this without saying rest in peace, but this case it's most definitely gonna be rest in pieces, because that body slam obliterates, pretty much just wrecks my corpse complete. And right now +4 body slam, that is some heavy stuff rolling around the place like a meal tank with the rollout. But I'm gonna switch out to my Venusaur, trying to play with that speed eye. Yes, luckily I do get speed eye. I put him to sleep, making stuff a bit more interesting. If that speed eye would have not been the win on my side, he would have wrecked me completely. That's for sure. I'm gonna go to Lickitung because I know with Valley Drum I may still have a chance. I could have Sunny Day with Hidden Power Fire, but again, that would have taken way too much time. Plus I know for a fact that even under Sunny Day, Hidden Power Fire should not one-shot him. It would have barely two-shot him for that case. I'm not even sure if it would have two-shot him. But +6 return obliteration. Something that was a laughing stock transformed into an absolute monster. +6 return destroys all. This thing is a threat late game. But he did put me to sleep. The best move he can go for, he's gonna retaliate with the Hidden Power Fighting, which was kind of surprising. I must say I was not expecting this Flareon to run Hidden Power Fighting, but he does run it. He's gonna go for a turn, and luckily he does not take me out. But I believe now I'm gonna need to play a bit. Yeah, I believe I'm gonna go for Sleep Powder. Yes, I'm gonna miss the move, unfortunately, but it will happen eventually because I was relying on that move way too much, and I was getting way too lucky with it. I must admit, I never actually hit so many Sleep Powders in my life. That was definitely one of the more lucky moves in this match. Still, I'm gonna try to wake up, trying to slow him down a little bit. Eventually crit will happen, and he's just gonna go for the Shadow Ball. Again, he's gonna switch out his Smeargle, trying to get the +2, knowing that normally Flareon without the +2 speed cannot outspeed me, so it isn't really looking all that well for him. And I know for a fact he's gonna try to get the +2, so I'm gonna switch out to my Lickitung, and this is important, as you're gonna see in a couple of seconds. I know that this thing has Earthquake. I've actually wasted a couple of rest turns back there, so I do retaliate with the Earthquake, predicting to switch out to his Flareon. That's exactly what happened, and Moltres comes in here. You know, Flareon is faster than me, that's a problem, and that was his whole plan, because Moltres is under sleep, it's not paralyzed anymore. So normally Moltres would have outspeed, but now Flareon is at at good speed, so it's gonna be threatening. But now he's actually gonna switch out, predict me to rest again. But unfortunately for him, I'm gonna decide to make a good move and decide to go for the Sunny Day and retaliate with a Fire Blast. I'm not too sure. I believe he was trying to predict me to rest again, go to his Migo and just keep on using the Super Fang until I take him out. Eventually I'll be forced to take him out, not to mention he could spore me. Still, I'm just gonna proceed to go for Fire Blast. Luckily I hit twice, which actually result in enough damage to take him out, and that was the game. Now I'm not sure if the second crit mattered, because seeing how much they did on the first turn, there may be a minimum maximum. It really come down to be an extremely close match. That was definitely one of the more fun matches I had this week. So hope you guys have enjoyed as well as I've enjoyed. Again guys, if you're into Segregation, feel free to go check out Bernardo, as he is fully focused on Segregation. If you wanna play him, feel free to go check out my guide. If you're still pretty new to Segregation, don't know how to play this game, the link will be located in description. If you wanna help this series grow, feel free to like the video, leave a comment. That's gonna be it for today. Thank you for your time, and until next time, take care.